Okay, hello. I am just getting this set up. Can everybody hear me? Type in the comments if you can, or if you can't. Hello, everybody. Yeah? Okay. We're all good, we can hear. That is great. Let me see about getting everything else set up. And we shall begin the regular programming shortly. Alright, so the guest is not here right now. I mean, we scheduled this for 1, so we still have like 10 minutes before it's set to begin, so I'll just wait for that time before we start with the programming. But in the meantime, if anybody has any, like, I don't know, questions for me or comments you want me to read out, just to pass the time here. Hello. You know what I might do for these first few minutes is my favorite activity on this channel, playing the snake game. But actually, wait, I have a couple questions first. Okay, so why are only 4 guys here? That is a good question, probably because 1 p.m. is a bit of a strange time to do a live stream, and also it's not even 1 yet, so people don't know to show up. Then what made you want to do the Shrek script reading? Well, I believe I've told this before, but on the 18th anniversary of the Shrek movie coming out, which was like 2019, I wanted to do something to celebrate, and the thing that I decided to do to celebrate was to read the script 1 word per day. I don't know how I came upon that idea, but once I started, I couldn't really stop, so that's just kind of how it worked. I love your Shrek Everyday episodes. Thank you, Ryder. You, my man. Also, thank you. Okay. Now, let me play the snake game for 5 minutes, and we'll see how that works. And my computer froze. That's fun. And now my computer is unfrozen. But still incredibly laggy. I hope that everybody is enjoying this riveting gameplay right here. But again, we're just sort of waiting around till 1. So hopefully my 6 concurrent viewers are enjoying this. What is my all-time Snake High score? I forget, probably in the 70s. But I'm not positive. Also, in case you want to see it, here's a cat. Now, hopefully I got a good angle there. I'm also sorry if there's a kind of a lag between when I see your comments and when I can actually respond to them and when you post them, because there's kind of a minute delay, which makes it a bit frustrating, but it's the best I can do. More cat. Well... So, okay, what to do now? Let me try calling my guest again to see when we can actually start. Okay, so that's kind of awkward. He didn't pick up, but I'll just leave a message for him and he will call me back whenever. Alright, so I guess the guest is not coming, at least not for the time being. So we shall begin anyway with LimeTube Rewind 2021. Yeah, it kind of does feel like a class presentation, because it's not all that well managed. And also, this is just like a Google Slides presentation, but whatever. So, I guess I will start with the main content that I made this year. All of my sort of main polished content was about American history. I didn't really plan for that to happen, but it just kind of did for various reasons. So I made a video about the American Revolution, specifically about a certain myth about how fewer people supported it than actually did, and I sort of did research to clear up that myth. And then I released another video later about the anti-war movement during the Mexican-American War, which I put a lot of research into that. That was actually a school project that I did, but I decided to transform it into a video because I could. And then related to that, I also made a separate video where I read out a opinion piece that Frederick Douglass wrote about the war. I live streamed that. So those were those videos, and then the two videos which I put probably the most effort in of any video this year, and perhaps any video at all in the history of my channel, were my videos American protest songs from each decade, and then American patriotic / nationalist songs from each decade in American history, which is basically what it sounds like. I took one song from each decade in each category, and I put it in the video, so that hopefully people learn something, and also maybe you discovered a couple of the songs there that you actually liked listening to. Unfortunately, with all of these videos, there seems to be kind of a trend where the more effort I put in, the fewer people actually watch it. So, you know, that kind of sucks. And it's like, I don't want to complain, because it's like, you're a great audience, and I don't need you to see everything that I make. It's just a little frustrating when I put so much work in and it gets like 20 views. Although part of it is actually YouTube's fault as the company, and pardon me if I complain a bit more here, but YouTube kind of screwed me over with copyright and taking my videos down. Because first of all, YouTube doesn't understand the difference between like actual copyright infringement and fair use, because all of the songs on my patriotic and protest song videos were used for educational purposes. They were not just like me taking the song and like having people listen to it. So I shouldn't have been penalized for that to begin with, but I expected when I uploaded it that like YouTube's automatic copyright system would flag the videos just because I used copyrighted music. That I was fine with, or mostly fine with, if they had just like taken the revenue from it. But what they did instead is they just took the video down entirely, which sucks because I put a lot of effort into it, and it's like a decent video, and there's no reason why, you know, it was a good idea to take it down, because I was giving them free publicity. But, you know, YouTube copyright system's gonna YouTube copyright system, and these two videos, which I put a lot of effort into it, are in the ether of videos which exist but nobody can actually watch. I guess the one silver lining is that I learned some stuff from these videos if nobody else did. But again, kind of frustrating. So, with that sort of negativity out of the way first, I'm going to move on. Although before I move on, I might have a couple questions here. Why is it in Spanish? Well, I'm trying to learn Spanish, is really the answer to that question. So, yeah, that's about it. And hopefully if I have all my websites in Spanish, then it'll be easier to learn. Yeah. So, anyway, moving on to the next part of my presentation. One good thing that happened to me this year was that I joined the YouTube Partner Program, which is basically the program where I can hopefully get paid for my videos. I can achieve this after getting 1,000 subscribers and some amount of hours viewed in the last month, which I managed to achieve. Unfortunately, I haven't actually made any money off of the partner program yet, because just the videos I make are not very suitable for it. The 3-second Shrek videos, or whatever, you can't monetize videos that are that short, and for all of my videos that are longer, they tend to have some sort of copyrighted content in some way or another, like my patriotic and protest song videos that I just showed you. And even for videos which are a decent length and they don't have all of the copyrighted content that would get them demonetized, I just don't get enough views, because, again, as I said, for whatever reason, my longer videos tend to be my least viewed videos, which is a shame, but whatever. I am not complaining too much. Even the potential to make money is better than not having the potential to make money on YouTube. So, moving on. In addition to my regular, polished content, there's also a whole bunch of miscellaneous things that I released in the past year. These are just some of the examples and thumbnails. Sometimes I have fun making these just random videos and posting them, like random sea animals with 20-second clips. That's fun. That might just be the best thing on my channel in general. And then one particular sort of random meme post that I made that did unexpectedly well in the past year. Actually, I made it in 2020, but for whatever reason it blew up this year, is Yakko's World, but for every 100,000 deaths in World War I, the country's name is said once. Which, again, is sort of what the title suggests. So if Germany, say, had 500,000 people dying in World War I, then Yakko would say the name of Germany 5 times. And, again, for whatever reason, this video did really well. It got over 1 million views and counting, which is by far the most views of any video on my channel. Possibly more views than all of my other videos combined, although I'm not positive about that. Certainly my first video above 1 million views, which is, again, why is that video the most famous of anything else I've produced? I can only speculate, but of course, I decided, hey, if that one did so well, why don't I milk it some more, and I released the same thing but for World War II instead of World War I. That didn't do quite as well, but it still got over 600,000 views, which is certainly still very decent reach. I would not be surprised if several of you watching discovered my channel from one of these two videos, so certainly that was a moment of success in the last year. It is such a meme video. And, of course, there is what probably most of you came for, which is Shrek. I have read the Shrek script one word per day over this entire year, and for several years preceding this, and I will continue to do so in 2022 and in the future, until the script is over, or unless I am unable to, for whatever reason, read the Shrek script. But I believe I will be able to for, let's face it, probably several decades to come, because there's a lot of the Shrek script left. To give you some context, at the start of 2020, we were at the scene where Donkey meets Shrek for the first time, and now, at the start of 2021, and now, at the end of 2021, we are still on that same scene where Donkey meets Shrek for the first time. So, things move pretty slowly when you only read one word per day. I guess is the main message there. So, let me try to call my guest again and see if he's available. Alright, he still seems unavailable, so wait here for a second, and I will show you a bit more of my cat, and then I will be back momentarily. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that brief view at my cat again. Have you calculated how long it would take to finish the Shrek script? Not exactly. Several people have given estimates. They've said about 20 years, so I see no reason to doubt that. But it seems like that'll be about as long. I also remember a similar video from another channel, Italy, Turkey, and Greece. Well, I will search that up at some other time. Let me get a drink of water real quick. I guess this is ASMR now or something, but hopefully you enjoyed that. Colon debauch. As I said, I am at the scene where Donkey meets Shrek for the first time, so relatively early in the movie. Okay, moving on with the rewind. With some channel statistics, which is one of my favorite parts, but I guess other people are not quite so thrilled. So, there were 2.8 million minutes of watch time, which is kind of insane when you think about it. And then 2.3 million total views, with, as I said, Yakko's World's World War I being by far my most viewed video within the past year. I received the most views in July of any month. I received almost 12,000 comments over the past year, which is, again, a lot when you think about it. Most of those comments went on the Yakko's World videos. And then my top countries for channel views are the United States, the UK, and Canada, which I guess isn't that surprising because I basically only speak English on this channel, so yeah, it makes sense why English language viewers would view me the most. And to get an even more in-depth view about these statistics, courtesy of a website called TubeBuddy. I'm not, sponsored by TubeBuddy in any way, but they're, a free program, so they've been pretty useful for things like these statistics. So, we'll just watch this. So, I began 2021 with all of those statistics. My top 3 uploads this year. We're reading the... Oh, okay, I'll just skip to the bottom here. I don't like how they time everything. But, okay. So my top 3 uploads were reading the entire Shrek script 1 word per day, number 790. Then my second most was reading the entire Shrek script 1 word per day, number 791. I don't know why these 2 videos in particular got more views than anything else, but they did, with several thousand each, so thank you. And then my Yakko's World video, unsurprisingly, did the best with over 600,000 views. I think that since the World War I video was released last year, they don't count it, but the World War II video, which was released this year, easily was my number 1 most viewed of the entire year. So my performance versus last year, I gained over 5,000 subscribers, so thank you all for that. Generally, I aim to at least double my subscriber count each year. That's sort of just the personal goal that I have. And so far, I have succeeded. In 2021, it, I think, tripled my subscriber count. So, again, thank you for that. It means a lot to me, and I hope that most of you will stick around into 2022 and beyond for whatever content I make. Plus, in terms of views gained, I gained 2.35 million, which again is a lot. That's, in fact, more than an order of magnitude more than in 2020, which is wow. And then videos uploaded, I actually uploaded a bit fewer videos this year than last year, for whatever reason. I guess last year I just made a bunch more smaller scale videos, whereas this year was basically just the big stuff, plus a couple meme videos, plus, of course, Shrek. But, you know, it wasn't that much of a difference in terms of video uploads. So, in addition, I have gotten over 100,000 likes, a bunch of comments, over 18,000 shares, which again, that's just a lot, so thank you all for that. And nearly 50,000 hours watched, which I honestly don't know how to feel about that. Part of me feels great that so many people are watching my videos. Part of me feels like, wow, that's a lot of time kind of wasted. But I guess it's not completely a waste, because some of my videos are educational. You learn things, and hopefully you all at least bring, my videos at least bring a bit of joy to your lives, which is why you watch them. So to know that so many people got at least a bit of enjoyment out of my content within the past year is very inspiring for me. So again, thank you all for that. Gary asks, odd question, but where did you get that mask? Well, I got my mask, at, I believe, like, Spirit Halloween or Party City or somewhere like that. Very cheap. It was like, you know, $1 mask or something. But yeah, it's probably the most value that I have gotten for $1 in my entire life. So that's where you can find it. I'm sure you can find about 1 million similar masks online. Okay, so now it is time in the video for some viewer submissions. So this kind of meme posted by u/Whomstov12 on the LimeTube subreddit, sort of mocking the fact that YouTube blocks my comments a lot of the time, which again is something that, you know, YouTube hasn't been the best at. It just kind of randomly blocks comments on a lot of my videos, which I don't like, but what can you really do about it? But several people were able to comment their submission, so I will be answering a few of them that were submitted. So, sh_242, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that, but they ask, what is your favorite Shrek movie? And the answer is, well, first of all, I've seen the main 4 in sort of the canon, although I've not seen every single movie related to Shrek, like all of the holiday specials and everything. But of the main canon, my opinion is sort of like most people that the original is the best. And number 2, what Shrek movie do you like the least? I'll be honest, there's a few of them that I haven't seen in a long time, so I don't have a clear memory of, like, 3 and 4. But, again, from what little I remember, I, again, fall into sort of the popular consensus that 3 is probably the worst of all the Shrek movies, and Shrek 3 probably never should have been created at all. But I'd have to watch it again to be able to say anything for certain. And I kind of don't want to watch Shrek 3 again. And number 3, after you finally finish the Shrek script, will you make a compilation of all your videos? And my answer is, I don't have to wait until I finish the Shrek script. I already have a compilation. If you look on my channel at my channel playlist, you'll find all of my Shrek videos in a playlist. Well, okay, I don't upload it, or I don't update it constantly. I sort of update it after every 100th video, so it's not entirely up to date all of the time. But you will see that compilation with the playlist with everything there. So definitely check that out if you want to watch all my videos in order. So then, Count Dooku asks, he's one of my most regular commenters. He comments on almost all of my videos. So, number one, what was my favorite video that I posted in 2021? I would probably answer that, the video where I cut up watermelons is probably my favorite. I don't quite know why, but it was just the most enjoyable to produce of all my videos in the last year. So that's the answer there. 2. How much do you love Shrek in 1 to 10? I mean, I guess it kind of depends what you mean. You know, do I love it as a good, or the character Shrek? Shrek as a character is, he's alright. I'd rate him sort of 7 out of 10. He, clearly has motives. He clearly changes as a character over time. He's interesting. I wouldn't call him, like, my favorite fictional character who I've ever seen or read about, but certainly pretty high up there. Shrek as a movie, I would certainly say, is basically a 10. It is a classic, a masterpiece, great animation that holds up even more than 20 years later, and, fairly decent comedy that also, for the most part, holds up, and a decent plot that people have loved for decades now, including myself, of course. So definitely the movie, 10 out of 10. Although the broader Shrek franchise I would rate a bit lower for several reasons. Although I don't quite love it in a Shrek is love, Shrek is life kind of way, if that's what you're asking. Number 3, I failed my math test. Help. I can't really help you with that. I'm sorry. LimeTube does not officially tutor people for math. My apologies. Number 4, once again, LimeTube man is handsome. Thank you. I mean, you kind of don't see how handsome or not handsome I am behind the mask, but you can assume that I am literally the Chad meme incarnate behind the mask, because you don't have any evidence to the contrary. I could be the most attractive man alive under this mask, or least attractive man alive, but you just don't know. So you can imagine whatever you want to imagine about me. And number 5, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, sir. Thank you, sir. Also, Happy New Year to you all. You haven't seen all Shrek movies. Yes, again, as I have said, I have not seen, like, the Shrektacular Christmas or whatever, which maybe I should. Maybe next Christmas, I'll live stream my reaction to, like, some of the holiday specials, because I'm sure there's some interesting stuff there. And then Gary asks, what video games do you play? I'll be honest, I'm not that much of a gamer. And to the extent that I play video games at all, it's either things like, the Snake game you saw just to kind of pass the time, or there's one mobile game called Age of History 2 that I play a lot. It's sort of one of those world conquest simulator games. You might want to call it a Civ knockoff. But I play that a decent amount. Plants vs. Zombies, I used to play a lot. I don't so much anymore. But Plants vs. Zombies 2 and then Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, I have played significantly in the past, although not so much anymore. So that's basically the extent of my gaming experience. So I'm going to go to refill my cup of water, but if you have any questions about me or the channel or really anything that you want to submit at this point, this would be a great time to do it, and I will be back. So ask away whatever you wish to. I am back with water, so you will hear my ASMR water drinking again. Use full screen. I could do that. Although I somewhat fear that some of the text will get cut off if I use full screen, but maybe I will. But I guess for this next section it doesn't quite matter because I'm going to be going back to YouTube. Because at this point, like in all my rewinds, I like to give some shout-outs to smaller channels, which I think deserve some more attention. So one of them is called Night Guy. I believe I saw him in the audience a bit earlier. Maybe he's still here. But he or they, I don't have any videos, so you might be asking, why am I shouting out a channel without any videos? Well, the answer is they asked me, and yeah, I basically just ask and you shall receive with LimeTube Rewind. So I don't know what they plan on doing with their channel with the couple of subscribers who might join at this point, but hopefully they will have a good time with it. And then the next channel, which I would like to shout out is a channel called Shroob. They already have a couple thousand subscribers, but I think that they could use a lot more attention, because mainly what you see here, these emergency alert system videos. I don't know if you are familiar with the niche that is emergency alert system YouTube videos, but basically, you know, every country has an emergency alert system. If there is, I don't know, a nuclear attack, or more commonly, like a natural disaster, where you need to have this giant message that you send out to everybody at once. It's usually in this robotic voice, and it's kind of uncanny. So I love listening to or watching videos where they pretend to be emergency alert systems, and they make up scenarios where it's like, oh, what would the alert sound like in this scenario? I have gone down this rabbit hole for like hours on end, and if you ever have a bunch of time to waste on YouTube one day, it is a rabbit hole that I recommend exploring. So he has made some pretty good EAS videos, which I recommend checking out if you are at all interested. And then, finally, for the smaller channel to shout out, there is Zaire. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but that's their channel. They also have a couple thousand subscribers, but I think they deserve much more attention. And basically what they do is they make mashups between various rap songs and also various anime opening themes, which I'm not going to play any of them because of, again, possible copyright things, although I don't want this video to be taken down because of copyright. But I recommend checking their channel out and listening, because a lot of this does sound very good as somebody who kind of likes all types of music, seeing this mashup between two very different genres, but it goes well together. So, again, sounds great, and I hope they upload some more, and I hope that they get a lot more viewers, because this is peak content right here. Oh, hello. I see that Night Guy is here in the audience there, so hello. If you want to tell more about yourself and why people should subscribe, then feel free to, or feel free to leave it a mystery. It's up to you. What's Tetris? What is Tetris? It's a good question. I guess we'll never know. Ever tried to code, by the way? Yes, I have actually. I wouldn't call myself a coding expert by any means, but I do know sort of the basics of, like, Java. And I've coded a few simple things, like, you know, how to play Hangman on Java, or, like, it makes a random word and then checks it against the dictionary to make sure that it's, like, an actual word, so it just spits out random words. Or, like, you know, relatively simple things like that, or I've created sorting algorithms. So sort of the very basic coding stuff. Maybe one day I'll, like, graduate to making more complex games or making my own website, but so far that's basically been it. Do you ever learn Spanish in school? I do, actually. I do take Spanish in school. I don't want to give too many details because I like to be anonymous on this channel, but yes, I have taken multiple Spanish classes, and I am not really fluent at this point, but I can do some stuff in Spanish. What would you do if you got a cease and desist order from DreamWorks? First of all, I don't think I would get a cease and desist order, because I don't think they would care enough. And if anything, they'd want to just, like, highlight me for promotion. But if they ever did, I would, I guess, contact a lawyer about copyright law to see if the cease and desist has any merit. Because if it does have merit and I'm, like, actually infringing copyright, then that would certainly be an issue for me, and I would probably have to stop, unfortunately. But I don't think that they even have the legal ground to do that if they want to. And again, I don't think they would want to. But, you know, it's an interesting question, and I hope I never have to answer it. Created a huge Discord bot. Huh. Thank you. Yeah, I stay anonymous for multiple reasons, but I just don't want people to really link my real-life identity to my channel. Not that I'm super worried if they do, but just in case, I don't want anything bad to happen. Let me call my guest again to see if he's available at this point. Because he's also a channel who I'd want to shout out. Okay, so he is not, I guess, available at the current moment, so I'm just going to tell you what his channel is, and hopefully he'll show up, because he does deserve some attention. His channel name is Civil War Week by Week, which is kind of what it sounds like, where basically every week he uploads a video summarizing a week of events in the American Civil War. So if you're familiar with, like, Indian Idol's coverage of the World Wars, then this is basically just that, but for the American Civil War. And yeah, he goes pretty in-depth into it. He clearly knows and cares a lot about the subject. So if you're familiar with that, or if you're interested in that area of history, then certainly he can give you a lot of details about just the regular occurrences of the war. Everything from, like, battles, to individual soldiers, to generals, to behind-the-scenes political events, and the economics of the war, and basically everything you could think of. Plus, he has a couple other pieces of content as well. Like, he has a small sub-series about Jews in the Soviet Union, and I think he made a video about, like, the Cahokia Mound, so all sorts of U.S. history, mostly, but always just history content, in case you are interested. So, okay, again, I will leave for a few moments to refill my water, because reading all of this out can make you a bit thirsty. But I will, again, be back shortly. Okay. I am back. Guess who's back? Back again. So, on to, I guess, just my final thoughts, because I don't really have any other content for you other than just my own brain. So, 2021 was a rather busy year for me, at least the later parts of it. So, I was not able to release that much new content in the last year that I would have liked to. And it appears that 2022 will be sort of more of the same in that respect, because it seems like I will have a very busy year next year as well. So you might not see that much content from me other than, of course, my daily Shrek uploads, which will continue no matter what. But I do hope to, when I do have free time, use it to make at least something, or to maybe have a couple shorter meme videos to, you know, generate some more content and views in the periods in which I will be preoccupied. But overall, those are sort of more minor issues. And really the main thing is that my channel has been successful. I've grown my community. You seem to be, at least, you know, those of you who are here and many others who watch me, to enjoy my channel and my content. So I just hope to continue that, so that any other people who would be interested in me will watch me, and And those who do watch me will get something out of it, either educationally, or they'll just enjoy it and feel a bit better about their day. Because I guess that's just sort of the point of my channel, pretty much. So, overall, 2021 has been a successful year for me, both on and off YouTube. And I hope to keep up the good feelings, the good vibes in the year to come. So, that is really all of the content that I have for everybody, with, everything I wanted to say. I've basically said at this point. So I am going to try to contact my guest one last time to see if he'll be available at the very end, and I'll answer any last minute questions that you have, and then I think I'll close up after that. What a shame. He was not available. Well, okay. Also, you using Windows 10 or 11? I don't know. How can you not know what kind of computer you use? Well, I just don't know. I'm kind of clueless about things like that. So, again, any questions or comments that people still have at this point, I will answer. Other than that, I will end the live stream pretty soon. Is there a Google Classroom? Well, there's not going to be a LimeTube Google Classroom, Tamir. I do not want any parasocial relationships that strong. That would be a disaster. Do you want to play Tetris? I mean, I could. I have no specific desire to play Tetris, but, I mean, I might play it for a few minutes just as I'm closing out. Why not? Let's see. Tetris online free. Oh, come on, not an advertisement. What are these ads? Skip ads. Two, one. This is decent music, actually. I'm not a Tetris expert, so I don't really know what the best strategy is here, but this seems like a decent strategy. Da 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 da. This is not ideal. Ah, no, that sucks. That's wasted potential. I hate wasted potential. It destroys your spirit. That's, nope, okay. That's a bit less wasted potential. I did it. It's less of a failure than I might have been. Okay. I'm not quite sure what I'm aiming for here, but I'm not, like, amazing Tetris strats. Yeah, this is maybe not the best strategy, but what am I supposed to do? I'm not sure that that was a smart decision, but whatever. Oh, nope. There we go. Voila. There we go. That was not a great move, but whatever, what can you do? No, that is not what I intended. Oh, no, that is also not what I intended at all. Okay, this has been fun, but I don't need to play any more Tetris. Damn, Tamir, I'm not your friend, that hurts. That hurtful. SMH. Do you like banana? I mean, yeah, it's a nice fruit. Tastes decent. Fake Tetris. Wasn't that like literally the official Tetris website? How can it be fake Tetris? I'm actually kind of confused on that. Yeah. But, alright. It seems like we don't have really any more questions left, so hopefully you enjoyed this live stream, LimeTube Rewind 2021, and I will see you next year. Peace out.